New trucks hitting $90,000? That's not a typo, and it's not your only option. Today, we're putting $8,400 on the table and showing you the exact F-150 that beat the price spiral without sacrificing reliability. Why this one? Non-turbo 3.5-liter V6, simple external water pump, and the 6-speed auto the 10-speed owners wish they had. Watch how we verify it with a scan, spot the front-end repair, and still come away with a truck that starts clean, shifts strong, and won't nuke your budget. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. You've heard it 1,000 times. Buy the badge, avoid the headaches. But if the badge is so safe, why are owners staring at bills that look like house payments? The problem isn't the emblem. It's the math behind owning a modern truck. New sticker prices jumped into luxury territory, and lenders followed with steep APRs. Add full coverage insurance that scales with vehicle value, and safe starts to feel like a trap. Walk through a new build sheet and watch the total explode. Popular trims push past $70,000 before you even touch accessories. Step up to advanced safety suites, premium audio, off-road packages, and the number climbs toward $90,000. With rates that aren't friendly, the payment alone can swallow a chunk of your take-home pay. Now tack on higher taxes, registration tied to value, and pricier collision coverage. Even if the engine runs for years, the ownership load is heavy from day one. The reliability image doesn't cancel inflation on parts or labor either. Modern drivetrains bring complexity you pay for upfront and again when they fail. Think turbo hardware with extra lines and sensors, integrated water pumps buried behind timing components, multi-clutch 10-speed automatics with tight tolerances, and modules that must talk perfectly to each other or throw a tantrum. When that network hiccups, you're paying not just for the fix, but for the hours of diagnostics it takes to find the root cause. Here's where the gap widens. A new base Tacoma sounds safe, but run the numbers against a clean, higher mileage full-size. The monthly on a fresh loan, plus the insurance bump on a new unit, can outpace the combined cost of an older, proven truck with room in the budget for maintenance. On the used side, the right F-150 can be cheap to insure, inexpensive to maintain, and still do the everyday jobs most owners need. You trade bragging rights for breathing room. There's also the reliability paradox no one loves to admit. The brands with sterling reputations command premiums, both new and used. That premium, stacked on top of higher parts prices and dealer labor rates, can erase the value edge that reputation promised. Paying thousands more to buy in, then paying more per hour to service it, isn't a win if a simpler setup can deliver the same daily reliability. Think of complexity as a cost curve. Every added system increases failure modes, and every failure mode takes time to diagnose. A 10-speed adds more shift events, more clutches, and more strategy to manage. A turbo adds heat, pressure, and plumbing that must seal perfectly. An internal water pump turns a weekend repair into an engine-threatening event if it leaks into the oil. Software ties it all together, until an update or weak battery knocks the dominoes out of line. So what actually dodges those landmines without feeling like a contractor special? There's a narrow F-150 spec that keeps it simple where it counts and proves it in the real world. It skips the turbos and the finicky transmission, and it keeps service items reachable without dropping half the front of the engine. You're not dragging home a wreck. You're choosing fewer moving parts to betray you. Here's the playbook goal. Spend under $10,000 on a non-turbo 3.5-liter V6 with the 6-speed automatic, an external water pump, and a documented fleet background. That combo pushes down purchase price, trims insurance, and leaves money in the bank for predictable wear items. We're going to show you exactly how to find the right one, run a fast health check, and separate the quiet winners from the ticking time bombs the lot wants to move. Next up is the on-the-spot checklist that keeps you out of trouble. What if the truck that outlives your 72-month loan doesn't wear a prestige badge at all and costs $8,400 up front? That's the move we're making here. The target is simple and specific. A 2015 to 2017 F-150 with the naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6, the 6-speed automatic, and the external water pump. You want one with a fleet history, because those records tell you how it was treated and when key services happened. You're not chasing max tow numbers. You're buying a dependable tool that starts every day, hauls without drama, and doesn't turn small repairs into week-long jobs. Now, the traps. The market is littered with setups that seem tempting until the bill shows up. Skip the 10-speed automatics that brought drama many owners didn't sign up for. Avoid EcoBoost turbos if you're keeping lifetime costs predictable. Less heat and fewer lines means fewer chances for leaks and sensors to fail. Steer clear of engines with timing chain-driven water pumps that can leak into the oil. And filter out flood units and northern salt trucks. The right truck is common enough to find, but you need a method. Start with the engine test. Ask for a true cold start so you hear it unfiltered. The idle should settle quickly, with no timing chain rattle and no oscillation. With no turbo on this V6, there's zero boost lag to mask a stumble, so throttle response should feel clean from the first blip. Watch temps during the drive. Steady needle, no creeping under load, and no fan roaring constantly to cover a cooling problem. If it runs on regular gas and trims look normal on a scanner, that's a strong sign the mixture control and O2 feedback are healthy. Move to the transmission. The 6-speed should glide through gears on light throttle without a flare or a kick, especially in the 2 to 3 shift that often exposes wear. Lockup should feel smooth with no hunting at neighborhood speeds. After the drive, check fluid on level ground. You want a healthy red color, not brown, and no burnt smell. A faint cold tick from a high-mile unit can be normal, but consistent clean shifts are what matter. If service records show a pan drop and filter, that's a plus. Here's the hidden saver, the external water pump. On this engine, you can reach it without tearing into the timing case. If it leaks, you replace it in hours, not days, and you aren't gambling with oil contamination. Compare that to internal pumps that can fail and take the bearings and timing with them. The difference is hundreds to thousands of dollars, and whether you're back on the road before dinner or shopping for engines. Bring a scanner. An Autel or similar lets you check permanent codes, readiness monitors, and module histories. Powertrain clean? Good. ABS and airbag modules clear? Even better. A few communication codes after a battery swap won't scare us, but persistent steering, brake, or powertrain faults need answers. Use freeze-frame data to see when a code triggered. If it coincides with a known repair, that's context you can use. Finish under the truck. The rust filter starts with geography. Southern fleets beat lake effect winters every time. Look at frame rails, cab mounts, bed supports, and brake lines. Light surface rust is normal. Flaky scale, swelling seams, and perforation are pass. Check cab corners and leaf spring hangers for crust. Clean frames with factory coating still visible are keepers.